With the announcement of the new expansion for AoE2 Dynasties of India, 3 new civilizations are getting into the game, as well as the old Indians, which are getting an overhaul. In this video, we will look at possible ways to play one of the new civilizations, the Bengalis. Bengalis are described as an elephant and naval civilizations, and looking at the civ bonuses, we can understand why. Their elephants take 25% less bonus damage from their counter units, so spears and camels will not do so well. For example, Halberdier will now do 48 instead of the normal 64 bonus damage, making them a bit less effective, but still a good option. This bonus also gives the Bengali elephants more resistance to the monks. This already paints a picture of an unstoppable army that destroys anything in its way. Their next bonus lets their ships regenerate 15 health per minute. This is very useful for recovering from one fights and establishing more dominance on the map. In short, it's a win more mechanic. And their team bonus? You get a bit more food with every trade card, giving you even more economy in the late game. But something that I want to really focus on is the last bonus, as I think this will define their playstyle the most. I predict that this will have 2 implications. Firstly, you'll be 2 villages ahead of most other civs in Feudal Age, maybe apart from Mayans and Chinese, and this will give you some strong options already. One option is to rush into Feudal with as little amount of villagers as possible, knowing that you'll get the 2 of them back and boost your economy right when you arrive. That means you'll be able to sustain army production sooner and better than most other civs that just cannot afford this play, possibly ending the game right there in Feudal. Now, I want to stress that this is probably one of the more extreme strategies, something compared to the Lithuanian militia rush. It's possible, but maybe not for everyone. Option 2 is a bit easier and something that I think most people will default to, which is booming. In 1v1s, your economy will be able to handle army production and advancing to the castle age much more smoothly, and in team games, as a pocket player, you'll be 4 villagers ahead of everyone else by the time you get to the castle. You'll probably get there more comfortably and sooner as well. And from there, you can support your comrades with archers, which they get also fully upgraded, except for the thumb ring. Just as with any other Indian civs, you get absolutely no knights, so archers will have to do for you. Something to also mention is that when you advance to the Imperial Age, you'll spawn 2 villagers from every single town center. So if you have 5, you will get 10 villagers. This effect is obviously less impactful in the late game, but it's also something to keep in mind. As their unique technologies go, you get more buffs to their already beastly and fully upgraded elephants. That involves the battle elephant and the elephant archer, which they now get in an archery range. This effect might possibly also affect the siege elephant, giving them possibly the best battling rams in the game, but this depends on the stats, of course. This technology also buffs Rathas, which is their unique unit. And this one, to me, is a bit of a wild card. They say it can switch from range to melee. I imagine the player has to do that themselves manually, just as, for example, the Musketeers in AoE3. This raises a few questions though. Do they take bonus damage from skirmishers if they are in the melee form? Or will they run them over? What blacksmith upgrades work for them? Does it change based on their stance? Depending on which way the devs decided to take this and what stats the units have, it can be an incredibly versatile unit ready for anything. Their last unique technology makes their villagers take less population space. This one we can expect to be on par with the Goth extra population bonus and give around 15 population boost when fully boomed. Overall, I think Bengalis will shine in late team games, with their extra villagers to get there, more space for army, additional trickle of food by trade units, and their costly but incredibly population efficient army. With their higher HP and faster attacking battle elephants, elephant archers, siege elephants, and their supporting unique unit, they will roll over any army. My tips are, don't let them build an army of elephants, because you won't stop it. And if you play as Bengalis, I imagine it can be quite difficult to get back into the game if you fall behind, as your army will be very costly. Pressure your opponent and don't get on the back foot.